Hi, and welcome to the People Pleaser Support Group, where we hold space for each other's healing journey in a way that honors our lived experience and encourages our recovery. My name is Tina Rose, and I am a recovering people pleaser. I would have to say that I was probably the world's greatest people pleaser. Um, I did it for a long time. I'm now, at the time of this video, I am 62 years old. And even though my entire adult life I uh, have known that I was codependent, and that probably goes back to the very early 90s. Yeah, 1990, 1991, that I knew this. But even before then, I knew that there was something wasn't right. I knew that I needed to heal a lot. And so I made, I did the things, and they were probably very minute baby steps to get me to where I needed to be. But I did it. I was progressively moving forward. I have been summoned to change the trajectory of your life by sharing all of the healing and tools that I use that I'm just now referring to. And one of my biggest right now, biggest things that I am, let's say a hurdle, opportunity, right? Opportunities are often disguised as challenges, but everything is an opportunity. Every choice is a portal. The question is, will you choose you, or will you choose to please someone else or something else, another situation, whatever it might be? But right now, one of the things that I'm finding is really big for me right now that I am working on. I mean, it's always been something that I've been guided to do, and that was to surrender and trust. And currently, I am working on that around this whole YouTube channel where I am guided to come on daily instead of just once or twice a week. And I've been doing that since July, once or twice a week. Some weeks 3 times, but I'm guided now to come on daily, and I've been doing it for a little over 2 weeks now, daily. But the biggest that I was guided long before I started doing it, coming on daily, but I resisted it because that was a big commitment. But then my guides continued to give me those nudges. My higher self continued to give me those nudges until I finally committed to daily. And now the big hurdle, the big opportunity for me to heal, grow, and expand closer to my higher self is to just come into this video, sit down in front of this computer, this camera, and not have any idea what words are going to come out of my mouth other than the intro. I try to keep that the same. So I'm learning to surrender and trust around this. And you see how I'm stumbling my words. That's probably subconscious. The resistance wanting to come through, but I'm doing it. There are, a day here and there where I do it more than others, and I'll finish the video. Yesterday, I finished the video. As soon as I turned off the camera, the emotions just started stirring up inside of me, and it was very much obvious to me that it was my soul. it was my higher self feeling great and gratitude that I had achieved that surrender and trust yesterday. I had no script. Um, I had nothing. I mean, I had done some research, but everything that I asked my guides, is it going to be about this? Is it going to be about that? And they kept saying something better. There's something better. And I said, okay, I choose something better, even though I was just terrified. I mean, yeah, I mean, the fear was there. Um, just so much resistance. Maybe that's a better word other than terrified, because I know I'm going to be safe. I'm sitting at home in my safe sanctuary, in front of a computer, and I'm not a, I don't know what it is. I'm not afraid to um, be embarrassed. I don't even know that I get embarrassed that much anymore. As soon as I say that, then I'll have a situation, and that's fine because I'll tell you about it, where I get embarrassed. But um, I don't know. I think it is an old habit. It's an old pattern, an old way of thinking, developed, conditioned through the childhood trauma that just causes that resistance. I was going to say natural resistance, but I don't think resistance is truly natural. There's a difference between natural and normal. So I guess the word would be, in this case, the normal resistance, what I'm accustomed to doing back in my people pleasing days. And because resistance isn't natural, but it's there. And maybe every time, this is what I feel, every time that I get up here in complete unknowing about what I'm going to say on this video, then I release a little bit more of that resistance of the not knowing. And I come closer to the surrendering and trusting, and just, it's like a flower. That's what I'm feeling and seeing right now, and just blooming. And I planted the seed and the sprout, and I'm somewhere in between the sprout and the bloom. Um, but that's what I'm working on right now. And so I'm going to take a minute, and if it takes too much time, I'll edit the silence, the dead air out. But I'm going to take a minute here to tune in and see what wants to come through right now. And what came in was the fact that, and it's a piggyback off what yesterday's video was about, the fact that this is listening to your intuition. And it seems to me to be easier. It's almost like my what is it, higher self? No, not my higher self. My little Tina doesn't take request, or it's like my intuition doesn't take request, because as soon as I set that um, intention to let it flow through, it's like, I don't know, if I meditate, I'm making my mind too quiet that I can't receive anything, and I'm resisting it. So I remind myself to be quiet mind, but open and receptive to receive the channel message. But this is listening to our intuition, what we talked about yesterday. But it seems to me to be easier for me to just be going about my day, washing the dishes, whatever, and I'll get something, and I'll know, not every time, but in a lot of cases now, I will know that it is an intuitive hit. But for me to sit down and say, okay, I'm ready. What do you want to say? Yeah. Like right now, I almost want to say that I've said everything and I'm just going to go right into the energy healing, but I think that is fear-based. A little bit like, okay, I don't know what else I'm going to say, but And what I just got, I don't, this is pretty random, but one thing that I heard from the Ascended Masters in the past, and this is what they were putting in my head right now, was the whole world is conspiring for your ascension. The whole world is conspiring for you to heal. And that has always stood true for me. Everything that happens in my external environment, pretty much everything these days, I can put my finger on it and say, yep, I can see where that's showing me this or that's showing me that. This morning, I woke up at 1:14 after having only about 3 hours of sleep. Wide awake, felt like I'd slept all night. But I woke up at 1:14 with another toothache. And I've already had two teeth removed on the opposite side. And so I'm like, okay, what does this show me? And it's just weird how it happens, or you know, not funny, haha, but maybe funny, bizarre, where it goes from zero to waking me up in pain and discomfort. But so I knew there's something going on. What do I need to know about this? What is this showing me? And the first time it started hurting, I was like, okay, this is showing me that something underneath needs to come up and out, needs to be seen. Something underneath needs to be seen. So that's kind of where I am with that right now. And it's a process. And I feel like right now they're wanting me to talk about this. I feel like I'm rambling, but to show, to be the example of how it's a process. We get breadcrumbs, right? Maybe sometimes you'll get a big download and everything, all the information will be in one nice lump. But for me, lots of breadcrumbs. And um, you won't know until the divine right time, and everything will come together. All the pieces will fit together, and then you'll know. So that's one of the breadcrumbs. I had a toothache this morning, so I started asking my guides, okay, do I need to go to the dentist again? Am I going to have to get this tooth pulled? And I didn't get a definite yes, go to the dentist. I didn't get a definite yes, you need to get a tooth pulled. So I'm hoping I don't, because it's sort of in the front, and then I'm going to be snaggletooth. But that'll be another lesson about, not being embarrassed. Maybe that's where I'm going to have to, confront being embarrassed with the missing tooth in the front. But yeah, really, everything is happening for us. The whole world conspires for our ascension. And we can't ascend without healing. Every time we heal, we ascend a little bit more. So I highly encourage it. If you are one of those where you've healed some, you're aware of what you're doing, being a people pleaser, um, but you're kind of comfortable where you are right now, I just invite you to be completely excited, even in the fear, completely excited about committing to healing it all. And you don't have to know the how. You just ask and you shall receive, right? We've heard that cliche, but it's so true. You ask, don't worry about the how, let it go, trust, and some way, somehow, whatever way that your higher self and spirit that works through your higher self decides it would be best for you to learn or receive the information. Like for me, I could be wrong, but there I go. That was a people pleaser's comment. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it. At least I noticed it right away. One of the things that my guides will put in my path are license tags. I have had so many epiphanies based on license tags that I have seen. And one that comes to mind right now, I feel like they're putting it right here for me to mention it. I was coming from ear and nose specialist because I wanted to have ear surgery to improve my hearing on my left ear. And um, I'm driving home. I saw a license tag, and now I can't remember. I'm remembering another license tag. One said God heals, and everything is in direct response to something I've asked about, or something I'm trying to decide, or something that's happening that I need to see that I'm doing so that I can stop or learn from it. I mean, I've seen the day that my divorce was final, and I didn't know it went the day that the clerk of court signed the divorce decree. I saw a license tag with 7777. And then after I got back to the office from driving, I realized that I had opened some mail or something and saw that that decree had been signed that day. And so these things are happening all over the place. So you can know, that spirit, and you know this, you've heard this all the time, so many times, you are never alone. But I'll say they, it, spirit, the Holy Spirit, however you want to, God, source, universe, however you want to label it, is always with you, and it is closer than your skin. It is right here. You are safe at home while your soul dreams the dream of you. All right, I think that's all I've got because it just stopped. But um, we're going to go into the energy healing now. And the energy healing is going to be around exactly what I was talking about earlier, where for me it seems to be so hard, that resistance inside of me to surrender and trust, and just to make a video, just going right into the unknown. And I've gone into the unknown before. Just a recent previous video that I did, I talked about the first time I followed my heart, and that was a big unknown, but I did it. So I know I can, but you have to do the lesson. You have to do it over and over and over again until it is just, uh, and like you don't, it's your automatic response to follow your heart. So today's energy healing is going to be about getting past that resistance, getting past how hard it feels, to be able to begin to relax into surrendering and trusting that your higher self has got you no matter what. No matter what, your higher self has got you. And I'm not just talking about your back, got your back. Your higher self walks beside you and before you, leading the way. It must go to find yourself complete. And so get into your comfortable position. The energy healing begins now. Take a few rounds of deep inhales and long exhales. Part of me wanted to pause the video so that I could go write down some affirmations that I want to say, because there's a fear of not being able to remember what they are. But I let it go. If I need to speak affirmations, it will happen in divine right time. Calling in our friends in high places. And high is not a 3D high. It's not geographical because they are right here with us, closer than our skin. But they're in a higher frequency. Thank you. Say, I am open to receive. And we do need things that, as such as this energy healing, or other tools that help us take down the walls, that help us balance our nervous system, because that's what the resistance is. It's a nervous system survival strategy. And we need to do things to balance out this nervous system on alertness, always being in fear and having to scan the room, having to fill out people's emotions and tune in to what is between the lines, said or unsaid. I am here to be your example of how you can heal, of how we do heal, what we need to heal, and how the whole world is conspiring for your healing and ascension. Say that and keep it with you. Because once you discover, or once you believe, once you know, once you are in the knowing of that everything is happening for you, really big healing can happen then. That is a game changer. Knowing it is all happening for you, the whole world is conspiring for your healing and ascension. I feel powerful energy coming through my hands and my heart. Lots of energy in my heart. I feel the flutter in my chest, my heart chakra, and energy coming from my throat. As a people pleaser, oftentimes our creative energy can be blocked. Our throat chakra is a channel for our creativity. And if we've been afraid of speaking up most of our lives, then chances are that creativity is blocked. What you say does matter. Choose to love yourself and allow yourself to give voice to your truth and your wisdom. The only thing that matters for your healing is your truth, what you need, what you feel. People pleasers are not over emotional. They're just so tuned in to what's going on in their environment and sensitive to other people's feelings and maybe in an unconscious way sensitive to their own feelings. They feel something, and it's going on inside of them. At the same time, they're trying to feel everybody else's feelings. You're not over sensitive. You're not over emotional. You have become hyper vigilant to what everyone else needs. It is time now for you to be hyper vigilant around your own needs. You are worth it, and you deserve it. To give that to yourself, because that is a gift only you can give. Blessed be, my friends. We love you.